Here's Mbappé! Oh my word! The first teenage World Cup final goal since Pelé himself. France are the champions of the world. Gonzalo Montiel. This time, denied, defied.
The names Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi are always debated when the question, who is the best in world football, arises. However, some people, including Kylian Mbappé, are reluctant to get involved in that debate. In his heart, Ronaldo is clearly above all. Indeed, many players are idolized by Mbappé. But Cristiano Ronaldo is special for Mbappe's career development. For him, CR7 is both a role model and a god in football. Some of Mbappe's attitudes that do not like alcoholic drinks and other products that are not good for health are also due to following in the footsteps of his idol. For Mbappé, having a figure who continues to inspire is very important for the continuity of his football career. Exactly 6 months after the French national team became world champions in their own country, the first cry of the boy whose full name is Kylian Mbappé Lottin echoed in a hospital in an area called Bondy, a commune located 10.9 kilometers from the center of Paris. Mbappé was born to Wilfried Mbappé and Faiza Mbappé. Mbappé's father is from Cameroon, while his mother is a woman of Algerian descent. As if he was born to be a footballer, Mbappé has been very familiar with the ball since he was in the womb. His father is an academy coach at an amateur club in Bondy. Meanwhile, his mother is a former handball athlete. It's no wonder that the ball will be a part of his life in the future.
Le père d'eux, moi je viens en tant que Wilfried Mbappé, j'ai mon expérience footballistique que je traîne avec moi depuis une trentaine d'années, voire plus, et donc c'est ce que je vais apporter en toute humilité, tout simplement.
Mbappé, who grew up in the suburbs of Paris, loves football. In fact, according to him, school, family, and friends were not more important than football. Every time he came home from school, his father would teach Mbappé the basic techniques of playing football. From passing to breathing, to how to get past opponents in one-on-one situations. His father seemed to want to mold Mbappe's character as a professional athlete. The man from Cameroon did not want his son to have the same fate as him, who only stuck to a career in amateur clubs. He wanted Mbappé to be bigger than that, even the best in the world if that's possible. Kylian Mbappé is not an only child. He has two brothers, Jires Kembo Ekoko and Ethan Mbappé. Ekoko is 10 years older than him and was adopted by his father, while Ethan Mbappé, who is 7 years younger than him, will be educated hard to pursue the same world as Kylian Mbappé. The 25-year-old started his junior career with local club AS Bondy, a club that employs his father as an academy coach. Born into a football family, Mbappé could not escape his father's privilege. Thanks to his father's access, Mbappé was able to get a football education from the age of 6. Since childhood, Kylian Mbappé has made many of his peers jealous, not only about having access to the AS Bondy Academy, but also about the achievements he has obtained. With AS Bondy, Mbappé has won numerous awards and trophies that are almost half his size. Young Mbappé already looks more striking than other players. It made him seen as the future of French football. After showing his talent at Bondy, Mbappé was called up to the Clairefontaine Academy. The academy is one of the places where young French talents are born. Receiving the offer, Mbappé's father and mother did not think long about agreeing to it. Mbappé, who was devoted to his parents, did not refuse in order to get better facilities and training methods. Upon his arrival at Clairefontaine, Mbappé was immediately handled by the academy coach at the time, Jean-Claude Lafargue. It was under Lafargue's tutelage that Mbappé's talent began to emerge. The coach analyzed the player a lot. It was he who found Kylian Mbappé's best position. In terms of play, Mbappé is good at positioning himself to score goals. His instincts and movement without the ball are impressive. Therefore, Lafargue always reminds that Mbappé can play in all attacking posts, even in the center-forward position. Lafargue even said that Mbappé's playing style was like a combination of two great players, namely Neymar and Thierry Henry. He has individual skills and remains sharp in the mouth of the goal. However, because Mbappé's physique was very small at that time, Lafargue advised Mbappé to play in a wing position. Mbappé's emergence at Clairefontaine was heard halfway round the world. After graduating from the Clairefontaine Academy in 2011, top European clubs tried to contact Mbappé for a trial. One of the successful ones was Chelsea. Chelsea was the first team to give Mbappé a trial. "We did it before Real Madrid," former Chelsea scout Serge Daniel Boga told Express. Even though he had a trial against Charlton, Mbappé's potential move to West London encountered obstacles. At that time, Mbappé's mother refused a second trial invitation and asked Chelsea to offer a professional contract at that time. Even though Mbappé is only about 11 years old. His mother joked that if Chelsea did not sign Mbappé now, then 5 years later the price would reach 50 million euros. As a result, Chelsea, who still had doubts about Mbappé's talent, cancelled their intention. Serge Daniel Boga argued that Mbappé was too focused on scoring goals and did not want to go down to defend. That's a pretty complex problem apart from his individual skills, which are above average. After being flatly rejected by Chelsea, his mother, who acts as a parent as well as an agent, finds a club that really seriously wants Mbappé. Because he was still young, his mother prioritized French clubs, and AS Monaco was the most realistic choice for Mbappé. In 2013, Mbappé finally joined AS Monaco's youth squad. Actually, Zinedine Zidane, who at that time was still in charge of Real Madrid U17, had invited Mbappé to the Madrid training camp. However, for some reason, his parents entrusted Mbappé to Monaco rather than Madrid. After all, Monaco is closer to Paris. It was on that short occasion that Mbappé met Cristiano Ronaldo. Mbappé admitted that his meeting with the legend at the Real Madrid training camp changed his life a lot. He was very inspired by the figure of the Portuguese player. However, he has to be himself because the weight of the future of French football is on both his shoulders. Yes, it's that serious. Unlike other kids his age who make football fun, Mbappé already believes that football is his way of life. He is reluctant to look for other ways to improve his life other than through football. He even dared to sacrifice his youth to reach the desired level of play. Therefore, even though he is not even 17 years old, Mbappé's career is already directed. This strong determination and bold decision-making was inspired by the success of his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. After meeting at the Real Madrid training camp, Mbappé could not escape Ronaldo's greatness on the pitch. Like a lover, Ronaldo has a special place in Kylian Mbappé's heart. His love for CR7 is no longer even at a mediocre level. Most of the footballing public has witnessed authentic evidence that Mbappé has truly made Ronaldo his football hero. In fact, we all know there were photos circulating of Mbappé's modest bedroom when he was 14 years old. The pristine white walls had been decorated with cutouts, clippings, and posters of all sizes. And almost all of them were of the Portuguese superstar in his Real Madrid days. Mbappé would spend evenings staring at posters of the five-time Ballon d'Or winner. As he drifted off into reverie, the thought always occurred to him that he had to be like Ronaldo one day. For most teenagers galvanized by Ronaldo, the chance to meet him would be considered a life goal. However, armed with talent, a high work ethic, and a purposeful career, meeting him will never be enough for Mbappé. Making his idol a rival sounds even more challenging for the player, who has always been likened to the cartoon character Donatello. To reach Ronaldo's level, Mbappé has finally begun to grow dreams of one day wearing Real Madrid's uniform. His decision to join AS Monaco was the right one. A new page with Monaco helped Mbappé get a little closer to his dream of playing for Real Madrid. At that time, Monaco was known as a factory for young players. They do not hesitate to take risks to play academy dropouts in the Ligue 1 competition. That's what Mbappé is looking for. However, it would be too careless if AS Monaco immediately gave Mbappé a chance. In the early years, Mbappé is more focused on sharpening his skills and ability to play collectively. Having joined since 2013, it took at least 2 years for Mbappé to attract the attention of Leonardo Jardim as AS Monaco coach at the time. The 2015-16 season was one of the most influential seasons for Mbappé. Leonardo Jardim played a big role in Mbappé's emergence in AS Monaco's main squad. The Portuguese coach controls the playing minutes of young players, including Mbappé. Noted, he has appeared with Monaco at the age of 16 years, 347 days, beating the record held by Thierry Henry when he debuted with Monaco at the age of 17 years and 14 days. Regarding this, Henry never thought that the boy who had a photo with him would break his record at AS Monaco.
Kylian, t'as compris?
Ouais, j'ai compris, mais j'ai pas tout entendu.
Il a dit que t'étais bidon, tu sers à rien. Et...
Aside from Jardim's foresight in screening talent from the academy, Mbappé's promotion to the main squad has something to do with Anthony Martial's move to Manchester United in 2015. Before we knew Mbappé, the Monaco public knew Martial as the successor to Thierry Henry. Because they had the same position, Jardim appointed Mbappé to fill the void left by Martial. After 14 appearances in AS Monaco's first team in the 2015-16 season, Kylian Mbappé recorded 1 goal and 1 assist. That was enough to get him into the French national team squad that will compete in the Under-19 European Cup. In his first season, Mbappé didn't get much of a chance in AS Monaco's main squad. But it was the first step before finally becoming a mainstay at AS Monaco in the 2016-17 season. Leonardo Jardim has no doubt to play him, although not always a starter. Mbappé's game is fairly effective. When given the opportunity, he always presents maximum performance. Not infrequently, his appearance resulted in goals and assists. In fact, he was once given just 13 minutes against Nancy. Unexpectedly, in that narrow time, he was able to create 1 goal and 1 assist. At the age of 18, Mbappé has become a phenomenon for the Monaco public. The contribution of 15 goals and 11 assists created in 29 matches led AS Monaco to overthrow the dominance of Paris Saint-Germain in the 2016-17 French League season. Moreover, at that time, AS Monaco was blooming with great players. Bernardo Silva, João Moutinho, Fabinho, to Thomas Lemar became the foundation of the Monaco squad. At that time, Mbappé was also mentored by Radamel Falcao, who had full experience in European football. Mbappé got a lot of knowledge and advice from Falcao. The player of Algerian descent was taught how to deal with opposing defenders who are far more experienced than him. Mbappé was also taught how to remain mature when facing opposing players who like to provoke emotions. Mbappé's success did not stop in League One, but also the Champions League. Mbappé and his friends made it to the semi-finals. Of the 9 matches played by him, Mbappé scored 6 goals. 2 of them were scored against Manchester City. Obviously, that made the spotlight go straight on him. There is no one who doesn't talk about his talent. Such a rapid career improvement makes his existence like a sign that the era of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi will soon close the book. The appearance of the 18-year-old boy caused an uproar in the 2017 summer transfer market. Several top clubs such as Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, PSG, Barcelona, and Kylian Mbappe's own dream club, Real Madrid, are willing to elbow each other to get his signature. Mbappé was thrilled when his agent, who is none other than his mother, told him that Real Madrid was one of the clubs contacting him. The owner of the most Champions League titles in Europe is even ready to include Mbappé in the list of the world's most expensive players. Without thinking, Mbappé asked his mother to prioritize Madrid. However, his mother did not swallow her son's request whole. She knew what was best for her son. As a result, FIFA still allowed other clubs to negotiate with him. This situation was utilized by Paris Saint-Germain. Madrid and PSG representatives also met AS Monaco and Mbappé's mother. So what about other clubs? Minder. Seeing 2 clubs with great financial strength, such as PSG and Madrid, have intervened, other clubs such as Barcelona and Manchester United also raised their hands. They know where the negotiations will go. Yes, it must be the Constitution. The end is money. Moreover, FIFA lightly asked for 180 million euros for anyone who wanted Mbappé. FIFA realizes that his son is too young for such a price tag, but he also understands very well that his son's potential can reach a number that may be much greater in the future. Unlike Real Madrid, PSG is even more confident to get Mbappé. Besides not wanting to let AS Monaco get stronger, PSG's scouting team has noted that Mbappé can still develop much better. At Monaco, maybe Mbappé has only shown 50% of his abilities. Paris Saint-Germain began preparing tactics to outsmart the extremely high transfer fee. Because the French club has just redeemed Neymar's release clause from Barcelona worth 222 million euros. This situation makes PSG in a moment of forward hit, backward hit. Anyway, relying on support from the Qatari government, PSG could have paid 180 million euros in cash to Monaco. However, that would be suicide because UEFA would immediately brush PSG with the principle of violating financial fair play regulations. As a result, PSG outsmarted him by changing the deal from a purchase to a one-season loan with a mandatory purchase at the end of the season. Mbappé did not close the door to PSG. He admits that the club offers the same project and vision mission as him. With sweet words, PSG promises a crucial role, trophies every year, and many other positive things. In fact, they promise a European title in the next season or 2. Negotiations came to an end. Mbappé officially joined PSG on a one-season loan deal. As promised, the 2017-18 season, Mbappé immediately became the first choice in Unai Emery's squad. He recorded over 2,000 minutes of play and scored 21 goals and 16 assists in all competitions for PSG. That indicates that he is not a one-season wonder. The captivating performance with PSG even led Mbappé to the main squad of the French national team that will compete in the 2018 World Cup. France has a unique tradition of announcing the squad on television. Mbappé and his family, who watched from home, cheered when his name came out of Didier Deschamps' mouth. Mbappé did not expect the opportunity to appear in the tournament between the biggest countries in the world to come this quickly. Mbappé's dream has come true once again. He will join the best players France has to fight in the 2018 World Cup Finals. Wearing the number 10 jersey previously worn by Zinedine Zidane, Mbappé made a major contribution to the French national team. He scored 4 goals in the tournament. Mbappé went crazy against Argentina and scored a crucial goal in the final against Croatia. His goal even helped Les Bleus seal their second world title. The world was once again focused on Mbappé. The public realized the great ability that the PSG forward actually possessed. Not even 20 years old, Mbappé has conquered the world when his idol has never felt that success. Despite continuing to win domestic titles with PSG, Mbappé is not yet satisfied because his goal of playing at Real Madrid and winning the Champions League has not been achieved. For several seasons after that, PSG always failed in the UCL. Despite changing coaches and dismantling the squad, PSG still find it difficult to win the big ear. PSG's sweet promise to Kylian Mbappé has been considered a debt that must be paid. As a result, the French passport player has become a person who demands a lot so that PSG quickly realizes his dreams. One of the most notable is Mbappé, who began to interfere with club decisions in buying and selling players and choosing coaches. Mbappé, who is comfortable playing in a wing position, always demands PSG to bring in players who have UCL DNA and sharp strikers to support the team's performance both in the league and the Champions League. That said, the arrival of Mauro Icardi, Randall Kolo Muani, Goncalo Ramos, Jorginho Wijnaldum, Sergio Ramos, to Keylor Navas was allegedly to fulfill these ambitions. Being too ambitious also affects his nature on the pitch. Mbappé became a moody player. His mood changes easily, like a woman on her period. Sometimes he can play collectively with the team, but it is not uncommon for him to play selfishly and cranky if he is not given a pass. That moment was recorded again when PSG faced Montpellier earlier in the 2022/23 season. In the first half, Kylian Mbappé seemed to lose his appetite for competition. This is because Vitinha, who was initiating a counterattack, chose to pass the ball to Lionel Messi, not to Kylian Mbappé, who made a move in the left sector. It was even more extreme when Mbappé openly asked the club to bring in Luis Campos, who was close to him when he was at AS Monaco. With Campos as a transfer advisor, Mbappé is more free to point out which players must be sold and which players must be brought in. What was in the news was when Mbappé asked PSG to sell Neymar. Yes, Mbappé and Neymar are famous for never getting along at PSG. They are rarely even seen spending time together like other players. However, this one request cannot be granted because PSG considers that Neymar still has an attraction if he is at PSG. Unfortunately, all the efforts that PSG has made have never paid off. Kylian Mbappé still failed to win the Champions League. His best achievement was only reaching the final in the 2019-20 season. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, they were eliminated by Hansi Flick's Bayern Munich. This failure made Mbappé furious. He wants to leave immediately and join Real Madrid, his dream team, which does have a greater chance of winning the Champions League. When entering the 2021-22 season, Mbappé has signaled that he does not want to extend his contract with PSG. Mbappé chose to be available as a free agent in the summer of 2022. Most football observers thought that this was the end of the wait for Real Madrid. However, that estimate was wrong. An offer worth 220 million euros from Madrid was flatly rejected by PSG. The mastermind is who else if not Nasser El-Khelaifi. As long as Nasser is alive in the world, Madrid will not get Mbappé that easily. The club president did everything he could to keep Mbappé at PSG. A long discussion ensued between Nasser Mbappé and Faiza Mbappe's mother, until finally a new contract offer was made that Mbappé could not refuse. This contract is an exclusive package that has never been used by any club. Ahead of the opening of the 2022 summer transfer market, Nasser announced news that was a relief for PSG fans. Mbappé officially extended his contract until 2024 with a one-year extension option. The details of the contract are crazy. In his new contract, Mbappé will get a contract worth 50 million euros a year. Quoted by Football Tweet, Mbappé reportedly also got 300 million euros just for the signing bonus. Not only that, he was also given the vote to assess who PSG needed to recruit in order to establish the squad to be the best in Europe. The impossible thing is given by Real Madrid. Maybe this is indeed good news for PSG fans, but the news is like lightning in broad daylight for Madrid fans. They did not think that Mbappé, who had dreamed of playing for El Real since childhood, was willing to pawn his dream for money that was not brought to death. The exclusive contract is like two blades for Kylian Mbappé. On the bad side, Mbappé is considered a player who is greedy, even though that number came from PSG, not his wishes. After all, if examined more deeply, Mbappé's contract is still not binding, because Mbappé put a clause that would help him move to Real Madrid faster. L'Équipe said Mbappé was actually not really tied to the PSG contract until 2025. The one-year extension that PSG wants is not absolute. Paris Saint-Germain is said to have no power to decide on the one-season extension option. The decision is entirely in Mbappé's hands. This gap is what Mbappé exploited. Playing 2 more years for PSG has little effect on his career. In fact, it was PSG who was drained of money by Mbappé. His heart was no longer at PSG, he only fulfilled his obligation to finish the contract. In those 2 years, his mind was already on Madrid. In fact, there are rumors that Mbappé and Perez have reached a tacit agreement without PSG's knowledge since the start of the 2023-24 season. Mbappé agreed to join Madrid for free at the end of the season.